Hi, this is your boy Terry, and in this video, I'm going to try to keep it short as possible, so that I don't bore you. But at the end of this video, we'll be meeting DTB Network, and if you've met him before, then you will be meeting him. You'll be listening to a legitimate literate talk about DTB networking, admiration, and very basically we'll cover the histories and stories constituting this person. Is a YouTuber. I'm going to share my screen in due time and show you his channel. Uh, yes, the stories and histories constituting DTB Network, based on his evolution on YouTube. Basically, I'm on YouTube regularly and for many years, mostly to pay attention to fellow humans down to their very elements, and I've paid attention to DTB Network, his very evolution, he even down to his ordeals and his reaction to stimuli. And I'm here to give him kudos. Um, anyway, let's do a bit of introduction before we go into the deeper details. He has a YouTube channel. He started his YouTube channel like some 2 years or so ago, and he has accrued some 900 or more videos. And that in itself is commendable. That tells you the grind, of the hustle, and for the most part, he does it for his own evolution. I'm very sure, based on what I've seen, as it means to marvel himself. To keep his movement and dreams alive, he as his primary audience, and doing that, evolving in the midst of a public space. He's managing to appeal to the soft spot of fellow humans. He has appealed to my soft spot, and I won't talk about myself much, but that's ginormous, really. I'm in my isolation, and anyway, there's going to be an article about me. It's a 70-minute read if you want to read about me underneath this publication. When I say I'm in isolation, I practically don't see sunlight. But YouTube constitutes CCTV into the truest state of the world, my means of understanding life and humans based on the evolution of fellow humans. I love humans. I have keen interest in this aspect of creation, also as a means to be redirected to the creator. I'm just creating a basis for this video so that you understand where I'm coming from when we go into the deeper details as regards a person of DTB Network. So DTB, he does reaction videos mostly to African music. He spans across the different locations in Africa. And it's not coincidence that he shifted his paradigms in that direction. He's from USA. That's his location. According to me, nations are locations, merely locations for the most part. You know, but that's the uniqueness of his reaction videos. It's a rarity to see people from other locations reacting to, in general, to uh, African songs. Some I've not even heard or come across African songs. So reacting to this, it becomes unique, as a niche to carry out on YouTube. There are very few people taking this route, and then it's a standout niche on its own. But we'll get into deeper details on why I'm talking of DTB Network in high regard. It's deeper things than the ordinary. It's very unordinary. Many things of humans it's unordinary, but we're living in a painted world where humans begin to lose value and become more of the surface. But according to me, every human is unordinary, made in the image of the creator. And that's powerful stuff. With a brain powerful than supercomputer, five senses that can process the complex set of feelings and emotions. These are powerful stuff. And in public, by means of his videos, DTB does these things. He exercises human senses, human virtues. He may not know of these things, but sometimes you need mirrors. You need a random entity somewhere paying attention to you and revealing yourself to you. That's why I'm here. I'm here to inspire DTB Network. Give you kudos on what you're doing. Yeah, it looks like fun. It looks like party groove, but it's deeper things than that. A party can be directional to where becomes a means to world adjust. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm a bit disoriented. Please bear with me. I've not slept in years, so please bear with me. But I'll keep the video short, and you'll get the sense of what I'm saying. Overall, there is going to be like a paraphrasing or transcription of this video. Underneath this video, you can read a summary of what I've said. In the long run, I'm going to write an entire publication and dedicate an entire tag space for DTB Network on Marlians. Let me see if I can type. Just a moment. I forgot that it's possible for me to type just a bit. So we're going to dedicate an entire tag space for him on DTB Network. I have a few followers, in the writing space, more in the writing space. Hopefully we can direct these true funds to DTB Network so that they get to know him. He's deserving of that. And that you subscribe to him. Let me also put that on the screen, a call to action. You just type DTB Network and that will bring up his channel. Later, I will show you his channel, just to drive you to his channel. Okay, so yes, he has done up to 900 videos, most is reacting to African songs, spanning across Africa. He visited Africa recently. I wish I had more videos of him. Perhaps he has a personal YouTube channel. I've not seen that, but he does live streams to relate his escapades and his ordeals. Anyway, so he visited Africa, particularly South Africa, in recent times. He has been reacting to their songs, and especially Nigerian songs and Ghanaian songs. And so I'll tell you some of the interesting things about him going forward. I'm just a bit distracted. Okay, so yes, so on its own, being able, as someone located in USA, reacting to African music, that's rare on its own on YouTube. So I took interest in him because I find myself, I'm someone that I want to adjust the world. My name is surpassing Google across the internet, so I play with search queries and inquiries. I want to know what is in existence in the world, exhaust all these things so that I know what the world needs and stuff like that, So I play with search queries, and one of the search queries, in case you don't know, that I'm sure people are typing all across the internet, and that will continue to increase because the world is shifting in its paradigms, beginning to be inclined towards things of greatness, and those things are in Africa. These are things that is unplaceable now by many youths, but you have special tenets to you, and you're spotting the spottables. If you read the article underneath, you will see the adulations I give to you. You're capable of spotting the spottables, even though you may not be able to place it in its entirety right now. But I'm here to give you some eye openers, and I feel that over time, because of the genes that constitute you, these are special genes, you'll be able to place matters. So yes, he reacts to African songs, but he's unique in his approach because, again, of his person. He's spotting the spottables, the deeper things of these songs, and you see it in his reaction to moments in these songs. He's able to spot that some wordings are not exactly words, because in Africa there's a lot of context, there's a lot of human application, spirit and being, when it comes to even the simplest of human activities, when it comes to creating sound. Some words are just actually sounds that are derived from legitimate illiteracy. I'm a legitimate illiterate. Are derived from feeling and spirit and being, the things of the unordinary. And then a word comes up, like speaking in tongues, sort of, or I'm not religious, basically. I'm more of a deep spiritual person, so, but these are things you'll understand, so it's not guarded by so many barriers, like the dictionary is more about plain words. There's so much context to how these words are posed. And you'll understand this when you listen or get to learn broken English. It's an form of English that's spoken in many African nations. And you'll find the complexity. This type of English is tagged broken or tagged illiterate. But these things are complexer than English, because there's so much context, there's so much cognizance of the value of humans in the creation of these words. These are things we'll discuss. In case you have questions, you can write them down. I'll answer them with scenarios and examples so that you understand these things. I contacted you recently to have a conversation. That's, although the conversation I want to have is more casual with music, but like I said earlier, party and group can be directional. It means to discuss as well, touch those redundant aspects of our being that have grown redundant, and just, I don't know if I'm using the right words, trigger these things. Anyway, I'm digressing. I apologize. Anyway, I want to give you kudos. Continue your evolution. Continue reacting to African music. Continue tapping into those roots of yours. But be open-minded. It's all about human overall. Like I said, nations are locations. But it is not untrue that Africa is special places because it has kept aspects of human that is very powerful intact, even in the midst of the pain of the world. And the world is knowing of these things. It is no coincidence that you, all the way from America, is starting to pay attention to, African music. And, according to you spot the spottables, even the reaction of people, you tally it with your own perception of life, things about you. You know how to relate to not every American will know how to or know how to relate to things like shaku and zanku, and you can pull them off. These are deep things more than the physical. I'm telling you the truth. That you're forming a liking to these things, an inclination towards these things that are run away from the world. Even Africans run away from these things, trying to follow world standards of what is great and what is not. Anyway, there's a lot that we can do, DTB Network. I don't know how to express this very well in a video, but I can give you, underneath this video, there's a write-up 70 minutes read that you can read. There's so much that we can do. And now is the time, more than ever. You have a platform now with 23,000 subscribers, and it's going to grow. You'll be reaching 100,000 subscribers very soon. That's a giant responsibility. It's no longer about us when you have such platform. And I know that you are realizing these things, and we have a grand role to play, and now is the time. And that's the reason I wish that we have a dialogue and communicate and become friends. There are ways I can help you, even with my limited resources. I don't have much, but I'm a brother. Yeah, I'm a brother, even if it's a discussion, align spirits together to make things work, or, I have resources by means of my startups, give you a platform to garner further limelight on, to further evolve on. Those are things I can do. I'm contactable. My email, this is my email address. You can find me on marlians.com too. This is my username across the internet, surpassing Google. Anyway, if you are here, please subscribe to DTB Network. Let me share my screen and show you his channel so that you can take action. You'll enjoy his channel because DTB Network is real. He has kept his humanhood in the face of adulation, accolades, his increasing number of subscribers. He has maintained his human. That's greatness. That's a rarity in this world. Even his attention to detail in the way he presents his content, the quality, maintenance, and consistency of the quality of his content. He really cares. He has opened himself to the public via a WhatsApp number that is reachable on. He really cares, and this is hard to do in today's world, but he has been able to maintain that human aspect to him, and that's very powerful. I see him like brother every time I see him, and that's why he can relate. You see the way he relates with things of Africa. he's superseding nations, making nations mere locations. That's greatness. When there are no longer barriers, your personality is strong enough, your character is strong enough, supersedes things of color, of all those very simple, superficial things that constitute rifts in today's world. He's tapping into his shine, his spirit, his power. These are very amazing aspects that's unique, and he's young. It's a rarity also, considering he's a young man at tapping into these things at his current age. These are powerful stuff. I'll just keep this video short. Please subscribe. Let me share my screen to him quickly. I'll have to keep this video short because I want to cater to my dad next. It's very late already. So here you go. DTB Network. Let me just show you on the screen how his channel looks like. He has many reaction videos, and he's a fun person. He's, not out to show a painted side. He's very real. Even when it comes to his flaws, I wonder how humans want to be flawless. So these are pertinent aspects of him that is something to celebrate. And I think he has merchandise too. I'll see if he does. Maybe you'll find that on his channel. Let's see. I'll look for it. And put it on the description, because I think most of his shirts are his merchandise, so you can get some of it. Anyway, DTB Network is approaching 24,000 subscribers. Go subscribe to him. I'll stop sharing my screen now to go back to my face, and let's conclude the video after that. So, okay. So here you go. I have my face in front of you. If you're not subscribed, please go subscribe. You can subscribe to this channel as well to support me, and especially subscribe to uloggers TV. That's a channel that will feature uloggers across the world. I really want that channel to grow. I created a form of content called ulog, and we all know blog and vlog, but now there is now ulog. Ulog is where the U stands for you, a form of content that is ever refreshing, dynamic, and doesn't research on the internet. Yes, constituting entirely of excerpts of you created fresh at every instance, and I have a startup for that on ulogs.org. You can also find ulogs on marlians.com. So yes, please join me, contact me. I'm reachable. If you need help with anything, I'm reachable on comsobrands4@gmail.com. I have a Kickstarter too. I'm trying to build my startups and a physical location in the Philippines, like an office to gather developers, entrepreneurs, and brothers overall to build every noble dream. Please support my Kickstarter. It's underneath this video. And to conclude, go subscribe to DTB Network. I'll just keep the video and conclude it here. I think that DTB Network, if he sees this, he'll get the gist. He's a powerful being, and he'll be able to tap into, the greater things. And overall, stay inspired. Be too lazy to quit. I know you love Tiwa Savage. I like all those humor you pull off. I've watched so many of your videos. Your recent Joro, liking the girl that she can dance, and anyway, I commented on your video recently. Those dance, some of the dance you saw that with the tiny video, they are a variation of the Zanku. I don't know if you see links. I can pull up videos and post them as a comment. I don't know if YouTube will allow it to be visible, but you'll see the variation of those dances, all stemming from the Zanku and the I don't know if they've evolved to where it has its own name, but all stemming from. You can watch Naira Marley, see some of his stage performances, and he's a good dancer when it comes to those things. And you'll see some of those dances there with Zlatan as well. So, I'm your boy Terry. I'll just keep it at 20 minutes. Stay awesome.